Hello everyone, welcome to Rapid Gyan. So, in this video, we are going to cover this topic relationship between zeros and coefficient of a polynomial. So, in my previous video, I have explained what are the zeros and what are the coefficient of the polynomial. Anyway, I am going to explain that on high level again. So, you will have to find the relationship between zeros and coefficient of a polynomial. So, what are zeros? Coefficient of a polynomial. So zeros means the value of a variable, at which the you can say the solution of the polynomial or the answer of the polynomial becomes 0. For example, suppose there is a polynomial px which is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. So I will have to find a value of x where px will become 0, so that will become my zeros of the polynomial. Okay, I have already explained that in my previous video. Now what are coefficient? Coefficient are the constant term or a constant term by which a variable is multiplied. Like in this case, the coefficient of x square, your a will called coefficient, b is the coefficient of x, a is the coefficient of x square, but here c is your constant, okay. So there are two terms generally we use in a polynomial. One is your coefficient and another one is your constant. Okay, so you guys know कि there are three types of polynomial which we will have to study in your class. So one is your linear polynomial, which all of you are aware of that. Linear polynomial are in the form of ax plus b. Okay, then there is a quadratic formula. Okay, quadratic polynomial. So quadratic polynomial are in the form of beta ax square plus bx plus c. Okay, and then there is a cubic polynomial. So what are cubic polynomial? Cubic polynomial are in the form of ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. And in all these three cases, the value of a cannot be equal to 0. Okay, so here what you are seeing, beta, in case 1, b is your constant and a is the coefficient of x. In this case, c is your constant, b is the coefficient of x and a is the coefficient of x square. In this case, d is your constant, c is the coefficient of x, b is the coefficient of x square and a is the coefficient of x cube. Hope you guys understand this. Okay, so now in order to find the relationship between zeros and the coefficient, we will start with the linear one, then we'll solve quadratic and then we'll go on the cubic. So let's start with the linear polynomial. Okay, so what is your linear polynomials? I've told you linear polynomials are written in the form of ax plus b, correct? So let's take an example. Suppose there is a polynomial px which is equal to 4x plus 3, correct? So in order to find the value of this polynomial, what I will have to do means, in order to find the zeros of this polynomial, I will have to write 4x plus 3 is equal to 0, correct? So 4x will be equal to minus 3 and x will be equal to minus 3 upon 4. So this is the zeros of polynomial 4x plus 3. Means if I am going to replace the value of x with minus 3 by 4, this should give me 0. I will just show it. So 4, what I will do, I will replace the value of x with minus 3 by 4. So this is minus 3 by 4, okay, plus 3. So what is this? 4 will be cut out. This is minus 3 plus 3, which will equal to 0. Got it? So simply if I am going to solve it over here, means what I will have to do? I will have to write ax plus b is equal to 0, which means x is equal to minus b upon a. Or you can also say, what is b, beta? B is your constant term. So I can write minus of the constant term divided by coefficient of x divided by coefficient of, just write coefficient of x. Hope you guys understand. So in this way we can, so for any type of linear polynomial, for any type of linear polynomial, if you will have to find the zeros, so this is your formula. You can write it that if the polynomial px, if a polynomial px is equal to ax plus b, so the coefficient, the zeros of that polynomial is equal to x equal to minus b upon a. Okay, or you can say simply for any linear polynomial, the zeros of that polynomial can be written in terms of minus, means negative of the constant term, negative of the constant. Here also see, your 3 is your constant term and 4 is your beta coefficient of x. So minus of the constant term divided by 4, means divided by your coefficient of x. Suppose there is a polynomial, I will say let's 2x minus 3. So what will be your answer, beta? So in this case, what is your value of b? If I am, so now compare this 2x minus 3 with ax plus b. Compare this. So what is your value of a? The value of a is 2. And what is the value of b? The value of b is minus 3. Check here, beta. The value of b is minus 3. So if I am going to write, the zeros of this polynomial, so what I will get? I will get minus of the constant, means minus of the b, means minus of minus 3, okay, and divided by your a. What is your a? That's 2. So your answer will be beta 3 upon 2. Hope you guys understand this. For example, suppose there is another polynomial I am taking, minus 2x minus 3. So in this case, the value of a is beta, the value of a is minus 2 and the value of b is minus 3. So what will be your answer? Your answer will be minus of minus 3 divided by minus 2, which is equal to minus 3 upon 2. That's your answer. Okay. So in this way we find the, value of zeros, the answer for the zeros of a linear polynomial. Hope you guys understand. So this is the relationship between your zeros and the coefficient. Okay, now let's move to the another topic. Another one is your quadratic polynomial. Hope you guys understand this. So if anyone is having doubt, guys, please feel free to ask your doubts in the comment section. I will reply it back, or you can send me an email also where at info@rapidgyan.com. Okay, so now I am going to solve case 2. What the case 2 is saying, beta? Case 2 means you will have to solve for the quadratic polynomial. Okay, so how we write the quadratic polynomial? Quadratic polynomial can be written in the form of ax square plus bx plus c, where a is not equal to 0. Okay, so in this way we write the quadratic polynomial. So now if you will have to find the zeros of this polynomial, so what's the degree of this polynomial? Okay, so degree of this polynomial is equal to 2, correct? So if the degree of a polynomial is 2, it means there will be a maximum 2 zeros I will get. How many zeros we will get, beta? Maximum 2 zeros of this polynomial. So if the degree is 3, in that case you will get 3 zeros of the polynomial. If the degree is 10, then in that case you will get maximum 10 zeros of the polynomial. So in this case, what we will get? We will get maximum 2 zeros of the polynomial. So let's assume that alpha and beta are the 2 zeros of the polynomial, correct? So there is a relationship between this. So what's the relationship? Is that the sum of the zeros of the polynomial, means alpha plus beta is equal to minus b upon a, which is your beta minus coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x divided by beta coefficient of x square. Understand, beta? So this is the one of the relationship of zeros of a polynomial. So what you will have to do? Suppose in case of quadratic polynomials there are 2 zeros, okay, and I have assumed those two zeros as alpha and beta. So sum of the zeros of the polynomial is equal to minus b upon a, which is means minus coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x square. Also you can say, and now there is one more relationship, that the product of the zeros of the polynomial means alpha into beta is equal to c upon a. What is your c, beta? C is your constant. C is your constant term. So constant term divided by coefficient of x square. Okay, coefficient of x square. So this is your another formula which you will have to remember. So these two things you will have to remember in this case. What are these two things? That the sum of the zeros of the quadratic polynomial is equal to negative of the coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x square. Okay, and the product of the zeros of the polynomial, product of zeros of the polynomial is equal to the constant term divided by coefficient of x square. Hope you guys understand this. Okay, so now if you will have to solve, so there is okay, so let's few things which few observations you might see over here. What's the, if you will have to find the zeros of this polynomial, how you are going to write? You are going to write like this: ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Correct? You will write this in this form. So what if I am going to divide the whole equation by a? What will I get? Whole equation, if I will divide by a, so I will get here beta x square plus b upon ax plus c upon a equal to 0. Correct? So what you are seeing at what's the value of alpha plus beta? What is the value of alpha plus beta? The value of alpha plus beta is minus b upon a. The value of alpha plus beta is minus b upon a. So from here, can I write b upon a is equal to minus of alpha plus beta? Correct? And c upon a is alpha beta. So now if I am going to replace these values over here, so can I write this x square minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha beta, which is equal to 0. Correct? Which is equal to 0. It means, so what you are getting, it means that suppose in a question if they have given that the answer is given that the zeros of the polynomial, zeros of a quadratic polynomial is something alpha and beta, then find the polynomial. So this is the formula of finding the polynomial. What is the formula is saying? Formula is saying that x square minus sum of the zeros of the polynomial x plus product of the zeros of the polynomial. So this is one of the things which you will have to remember in this case. Okay guys, so now I will take one example from your book. So let me go, and there is one. So see here beta, it's written now, alpha plus beta is minus b upon a and alpha beta equal to c upon a. So these are the things which you will have to remember. And also you know that minus b upon a is nothing but what? Your coefficient of x, minus of coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x square. Here it's constant term and coefficient of x square. This I have explained. Okay. Now check this example 2. Example 2 is saying that find the zeros of the quadratic polynomial x square plus 7x plus 10 and verify the relationship between zeros and the coefficient. Okay. Let's solve this. So your question is saying x square plus 7x plus 10. So hope you guys know how to solve a quadratic polynomial. Okay, so I am assuming that every one of you know how to solve the quadratic polynomial. If anyone he doesn't know or she doesn't know, please feel free to ask me in the comment section. I will upload the video for the same. Okay, so how we solve this? So what we do go with the middle term splitting. We go with the middle term splitting. So how we split the middle term? We split the middle term in such a way that the product of that term, product of the coefficient of the middle term is equal to your c, and the sum will remain the same thing. Okay, 10 equal to 0. After that what I will do? I can take x common from this, so I will get x plus 5, and plus I can take 2 common from this beta, so this I will get x plus 5, which is equal to 0. Now what I will do? From these two I can take x plus 5 common, so what I will get? I will get x plus 2, correct, which is equal to 0. Now tell me one thing, the product of, if the product of two numbers, is equal to 0, it means one of the number will be 0. So either x plus 5 will be equal to 0 or x plus 2 equal to 0, correct, then only you will get the answer 0. So if x plus 5 is equal to 0, so your answer will be x equal to minus 5, and in this case x will be equal to minus 2. So you got, so this minus 5 and minus 2 is nothing but your zeros of the polynomial. Minus 5 and minus 2 is nothing but your zeros of the polynomial, this one. So I can get alpha is equal to minus 5 and beta is equal to minus 2. So you got your zeros of the polynomial. Now come here, what I have told you, that alpha plus beta will be equal to minus b upon a. What is your b? B is your 7 and a is your 1. What is a? A is your 1. So let's solve this. So alpha plus beta, alpha is minus 5 and beta is minus 2. So can I write this? Minus 5 plus minus 2, which is equal to minus 7 upon 1. So which is here beta, this is nothing but your minus b upon 1. So you can verify that the sum of the zeros of the polynomial equal to minus b upon a. What the next thing? Product. So alpha into beta is 5 times minus 2, which is equal to plus 10, which is nothing but your c upon 1, c upon a. C is your plus 10 and a is your 1. So this is what you will have to do in this question. See here beta, that verify relationship between zeros and the coefficient, means you will have to find the sum of the zeros and the product of the zeros. Understood guys? So in this way we solve this example 2. Now let's solve example 3. What's example 3 is saying? That find the zeros of the polynomial x square minus 3 and verify the relationship between the zeros. Okay, let's solve that. X square minus 3. Okay, x square minus 3. So before solving this, let's write the value of a, b and c in this case. What is the value of a? The value of a is 1. What is the value of b? And what is the value of c? The value of c is minus 3. But what is the value of b in this case? B is the coefficient of x, and since coefficient of x is, means since the x is not there in this equation, it means the value of b is 0. So means, can I write this equation like this? X square plus 0x plus 0x minus 3. Yes, I can write this, because see, anything multiplied by 0 will become 0. So this anyway becomes 0. So what will remain? Remaining thing will be x square minus 3. So now we will have to solve this. This is nothing but in the form of, can I write this, x square minus under root 3 whole square, which is equal to 0, correct? So what's the formula of a square minus b square? The formula of a square minus b square is a plus b multiplied by a minus b, correct? So I can write this like beta, x plus under root 3 multiplied by x minus under root 3. So here also it's the same thing beta. The product of, if the product of two numbers is equal to 0, means one of the number is equal to 0. So if I will write x plus root 3 is equal to 0. So in this case x will become beta minus of root 3, and in this case where x minus root 3 is equal to 0, so this will become x equal to plus root 3. So you got your two of your zeros. So two zeros will be, means suppose this is the value of your alpha and this is your beta. So now verify the equation. What will be the answer? Alpha plus beta. Alpha plus beta will be beta plus 3 and minus 3. Sorry, alpha is your minus 3. So minus under root 3 plus under root 3, which is equal to your 0. So what is the value of b upon a? So now right here, minus b upon a is nothing but minus 0 upon 1, which is equal to 0. So you can verify that. Now find the value of alpha beta. Alpha beta is minus root 3 multiplied by plus root 3, which is equal to minus 3. See, root 3 multiplied by root 3 is equal to 3. So can you check this, whether this is equal to c upon a or not? What is your c? Your c is minus 3 and a is 1, means minus 3 upon 1. So see, both are same thing. So in this way we can verify alpha plus beta and alpha into beta. Hope you guys understand this. Let's see, go to your next example. Next example here, find the zeros. Okay, this we have already solved. Let's go to the next is okay. Find a quadratic polynomial the sum and product of the whose zeros are -3 and -2. See here beta, now the sum is given. -3 means alpha plus beta equal to -3 and alpha beta is equal to 2. So let's solve that. -3 and 2. So in this question they have given alpha plus beta is equal to -3 and alpha beta is equal to 2. So what's the formula? I have told you. If you will have to find the equation, how you are going to find the equation? I have told you it will be like x square minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha beta. So this will become beta x square minus of minus 3x plus 2, which is equal to x square plus 3x plus 2. So your polynomial will be beta x square plus 3x plus 2. That's your answer. See, so simple. So come here and you can see your x square plus 3x plus 2. That's your answer. Okay guys. Okay, what's next? Okay, so in this case beta, what actually see ki, like your answer, you got your answer x square plus 3x plus 2, but in the exam how you are going to write? So your answer could be this also, or if I am going to multiply this whole equation with any number, with any real number, suppose if I am going to multiply this with 5, so what I will get? I will get 5x square plus 15x plus 10. So this is also your answer. Your answer is not only x square plus 3x plus 2, but if even though if x square plus 3x plus 2 will be multiplied with any real number, let's say k, multiplied with any real number k, that condition will also be true. Means if you are going to solve 5x square plus 15x plus 10, you are going to get the same answer, the answer which you will get from x square plus 3x plus 2. So that's why we say how we write your answer. We write our answer in this form, that k in bracket x square plus 3x plus 2, where k is a real number. In this way we write our answers. Okay beta? Okay, what's next? Okay, now next is your cubics. Okay, now we will understand the cubic polynomial. So till now, hope you guys understand this. If anyone is having any doubt, I'm again saying, please post your doubts in the comment section or send me an email to the info@rapidgan.com. I will get back to you guys. And if you guys understand these things, just share your thought in the comment section or how you like this video, or anything else you want me to go slow or you want me to go fast. So just put your suggestion and accordingly I will update myself in the next video. Okay guys. So now I'm going to explain the third case. Third case is your cubic polynomial. Okay. So how we write your cubic polynomial? Cubic polynomials are written like this, that px is equal to ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. Okay. So in this way we write our cubic polynomial. So what are the, so I've told you what is the degree of this cubic polynomial. So degree of this cubic polynomial is equal to 3. It means this will have 3 roots. From the roots I mean this will have the 3 zeros. This will have, the zeros are also called roots. Okay, so if anywhere in the video if I will use this term roots, so it means the zeros of the polynomial. Okay, so this will have the 3 zeros of the polynomial. So in this case I will assume that the 3 zeros of the polynomial are alpha, beta and gamma. Let's say alpha, beta and gamma, these are the 3 zeros of the polynomial. So what's the relationship between this? The relationship is that if I am going to add these 3 zeros, means alpha plus beta plus gamma, what I will get? I will get minus b upon a. Minus b upon a means the minus of coefficient of x square divided by coefficient of x cube. Okay. If I am going to multiply alpha with beta with gamma, means if I am going to multiply all the 3 zeros of the polynomial, my answer will be minus d upon a, means minus of the constant term divided by your coefficient of x cube. And there is one more relation beta. What is that relation? That means alpha beta plus beta gamma, alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha. This is your equal to c upon a. C upon a means coefficient of x divided by your coefficient of x cube. So these are the three relationship between their your coefficient and sorry guys, the coefficient and the roots of the polynomial, or you can say zeros of the polynomial. Okay beta. So, and hope you guys know how to solve the quadratic equation, how to solve the this cubic equation. I will go with an example. So I will take the example from your book only. Okay guys. So if you come here, you will see, okay, see here beta, that alpha plus beta plus gamma is equal to b upon a, alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma equal to c upon a, and product of the roots are minus d upon a. So guys, you will have to memorize this. This is very important. Okay. So let's go and solve example 5. What's example 5 is saying that verify that 3 minus 1 and minus 1 by 3 are the zeros, means they are nothing but alpha, beta and gamma. They are the zeros of the cubic polynomial this, and then verify the relationship between the zeros and coefficient. Okay. So how you guys will verify? So I have told you in the starting itself, it's the starting only, how you are going to find the zeros of a polynomial. So in order to find the zeros of the polynomial, means the value of x, at which this whole equation, this whole polynomial will become 0. So that value of x is called zeros of the polynomial. So in this question they are asking that you will have to verify that whether 3 minus 1 and minus 1 by 3 are the zeros of the polynomial or not. So what you are going to do? First, one by one, you are going to replace the value of x. Means first I am going to replace the value of x with 3. Second case, I am going to replace the value of x with minus 1. And the third case, I am going to replace the value of x with minus 1 by 3. If in all the three cases, if my answer is 0, then we can say that this 3 minus 1 and minus 1 by 3 are nothing but your zeros of the polynomial. Okay. So let's go and solve this. So let me go to the new word. Okay, so what is your equation? Your equation was 3x cube minus 5x square minus 11x minus 3. So this was your equation. Okay, so I will just write it. The polynomial px is equal to this. Okay, and what are your zeros? Means your value of alpha is equal to 3, the value of beta is equal to minus 1, and the value of gamma is equal to minus 1 by 3. So guys, hope you know how to solve a cubic equation, because see, I know that 90% of the student, they know how to solve the quadratic equation. Okay, but very few of them, even I have seen the students from 11th and 12th, the very few of them know how to solve the cubic equation, means how to find the zeros of a cubic equation. So guys, those who don't know, so if in this video, if you see on the top, so you can see the eye icon like this. You can see the eye icon on the top. If you click on that icon, there is a link of a video where I have explained how to solve the cubic equation, or how to find the zeros of a cubic equation. Also I will put that link in the description section. So I will recommend guys, those who don't know how to find the zeros of a cubic equation, please go and watch that video. That's very important. Okay, luckily in this case we don't have to solve the cubic equation. So now, okay, first thing what we will have to do, we will have to verify that whether these are the zeros of the polynomial or not. So what I will do, first I will have to find P3, hence P alpha. So P3 will be beta 3x cube, means 3 times 3 cube. Okay, 3 times 3 cube minus 5 times 3 square minus 11 times 3 minus 3. So let's solve it. 3 times 3 cube means this is actually 3 to the power 4. So 3 3 ja 9, 9 3 ja 27, 27 3 ja 81. So here I will get 81 minus, this is see beta 3 3 ja 9, 9 5 ja 45 minus 33 minus 3, which is equal to 81 minus 5 45 plus 3 78, 78 plus 3 81. See, which is equal to 0, means 3 is the zeros of the polynomial, that's confirmed. Okay, so now let's go and put the value minus 1. So you will have to find the value of p minus 1. So p minus 1 will be equal to 3 in bracket minus 1 cube minus 5 in bracket minus 1 square minus 11 in bracket minus 3 and minus 3. So let's solve this. So minus 1 cube will be minus 1. So 3 times minus 1 will be minus 3. Okay, here minus 1 square will be your beta 1. So 1 into minus 5, so this will remain minus 5. This is minus 3 into minus 11, which is plus minus 3. No, sorry, this will be minus 1. No, okay, sorry, my bad. So minus 1 into minus 11 will be plus 11, and this is minus 3. So 5 plus 3 plus 8 and 3 11. So here I will get minus 11 plus 11, which is equal to 0. So it means minus 1 is also your zeros of the polynomial. Alright guys, now let's go and find your p minus 1 by 3. So p minus 1 by 3 means 3 times minus 1 by 3 cube. 3 times minus 1 by 3 cube minus 5 in bracket minus 1 by 3 square minus 11 in bracket minus 1 by 3 minus 3. Okay, so let's solve this. Okay, so this will become beta your 3, and minus 1 by 3 cube is nothing but I will say minus, I will take over here. Okay, hold on, give me a minute. Okay, so what I will do, I will take minus over here. So this will be your minus multiplied by 1 by 1 upon 3 cube. So this will become 3 cube. So I will write 1 upon 3 cube minus, so this is minus will become plus. So no, hold on. No. So I have taken minus bahar because here it's a cube, here it's a square. So this will automatically become plus. So this will be minus 5 into 1 upon 3 square. Okay, here minus will become plus. This will be your 11 upon 3, and this will be your minus 3. Okay, so see here, this from 3, this 1 3 will be cancelled, it's 2. So this is 1 upon 3 square, which is nothing but 1 upon 9. So minus 1 upon 9 minus 5 upon 9 plus 11 upon 3 and minus 3. This I can write minus 3 upon 1. What I will have to do now? I will have to take LCM. So LCM of this will be beta 9. So see here, so this will be your minus 1, minus 5, this is 3 3s are 9. So this will become your plus 33, and this is your minus 9 3s are 27. Okay, this is your 9 3s are 27. So now add this beta, 5 plus 1 6, 27 plus 6 33. So what I got beta, minus 33 plus 33, minus 33 plus 33 upon 9. So which is equal to 0 upon 9, which is equal to 0. It means this is also a 0 of the polynomial. So now we have verified that 3 minus 1 and minus 1 by 3, all three are zeros of the polynomial. Okay guys, so now what's the next part of the question is saying? Next part of the question is saying that verify the relationship between the zeros of the polynomial is correct or not. Means you will have to find the value of alpha plus beta plus gamma, alpha into beta into gamma, and alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma beta. So first find alpha plus beta plus gamma. Okay, so what was your alpha? Alpha was your 3. So 3 plus minus 1, okay, plus minus 1 by 3. So what you will get beta here from here? LCM 3 3 ja, this I can write now 3 upon 1 1 upon 1. So see here 3 ja 9 minus 3 minus 1, which is your 9 minus 4 upon 3, which is equal to 5 upon 3. Okay, and what's the value of alpha plus beta plus gamma? What I have explained over here. Okay, not here, sorry. So alpha plus beta plus gamma is equal to minus b upon a. So in this question, what is the value of b? B is your minus 5. B is your minus 5, means minus 5, minus of minus 5, minus of minus 5 upon a is your 3. It means my answer should be 5 upon 3. Means alpha plus beta plus gamma should be equal to 5 upon 3. Check here. It's equal to 5 upon 3. Now find the value of alpha, beta and gamma. So alpha, beta and gamma will be very simple now. See 3 multiplied by minus 1 multiplied by minus 1 upon 3. So 3 and 3 cancel, minus 1 into 1 equal to, you will got 1, means the product of the roots you will got 1. So what's the formula I have told you for the products? It's minus d upon a. Come here, What is your D? D is your minus 3. So minus of minus 3 will become minus of minus 3 upon A, which is your 3. It means this will become plus. So if you do, you will get 1. Check here. What's your answer? Your answer is 1. So now this is also verified. Now find alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha. Okay, so alpha beta is means 3 into minus 1. So 3 into minus 1 will beta minus 3 plus beta gamma means minus 1 into minus 1 by 3, which is equal to plus 1 by 3 plus gamma alpha. Gamma alpha means 3 into minus 1 by 3. So see here beta, 3 into minus 1 by 3, 3 cancel out. What I will get? I will get minus 1. That means this is your minus 1. So write it, take the LCM. LCM will be 3. This will be your minus 9 plus 1, and this will be your minus 3. So 9 and plus 3 will become 12, and 12 minus 1, which is 11. So this is your minus 11 upon 3. What is the value of this? Alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha, which is equal to your C upon A. Check here. What is your C? C is your beta minus 11. So now minus 11 upon 3, that should be your answer. Check here, minus 11 of 3, that is your answer. Hope you guys understand this till here. Okay, let's check if there is any other example after this. Hold on, no, after this there is an exercise. Okay guys, so hope you guys understand the concept behind exercise 2.2. so please go watch this video, and after watching this video try solving this exercise 2.2 by yourself. Don't wait for my solution. Anyway, I will be providing solution, but please don't wait for my solution. Go and solve this exercise 2.2 by yourself, and once you are done with your solution, then come here and watch my next video where I will be providing the solution for this. Okay, just to validate the way of solving the question, and or to validate your answer. Sometimes you can validate your answer from your exercise, but it's good to validate that whether the way of solution is good or not. Okay guys, and also please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. So please go ahead and subscribe the channel. Okay, turn the notification on so that by clicking on the bell icon, so that as soon as I will upload the next video you will get notified. And also if you are having any doubts, write that doubt in the comment section, or you can also send me email where info@rapidgyan.com, rapid@gyan.com. You can anytime you can send your doubts over here. I will be replying. There are so many students who are started sending the doubts to me, so I am replying to them. So you guys also can go and send that out. Okay, thank you.